Hello everyone, Ryan here. Vlogmas day 11. 11. This is a band, Incubus. I was not really a big fan of Incubus. I mean, yeah, they had a couple of pretty catchy songs, and I wasn't, I mean, when I was in high school, Incubus was like one of the bands that a lot of my classmates would talk about on a daily basis, and I really didn't like them. But it didn't matter because, they didn't like Metallica, I didn't like Incubus, It was a thing that we had. Anyways, I wanted to take a brief moment just to talk about nostalgia. That's right, nostalgia. Especially because around this time of year, the holiday season, holiday season tends to invoke nostalgia for a lot of people. I mean, it's everywhere. It's like, it's hard to get away from. And even those, repetitive, poppy Christmas songs, and that, I know, actually, I don't really mind Christmas songs. Like, I mean, yeah, if I had to work somewhere where they just played the same Christmas songs over and over and over, then yeah, it would drive me crazy. But then so would, I mean, in the past, I've had jobs where they would play other music. They would play like the same cheesy pop songs over and over and over, or the same like rap, hip hop stuff over and over and over, and yeah, it definitely drove me crazy. But I mean, as far as when it comes to Christmas songs, like I mean, I don't really get to listen to them a lot, so it comes with the territory. It comes with the holiday season, so it's hard to avoid. And like I said, along with nostalgia and to me, there's always been like so many different things that are part of the holiday season that, for me, like, I categorize all of that under, I put all of that under the category of nostalgia. And yeah, because for as long as I can remember, I'm not even really sure like how far back I can remember. Like, obviously I don't remember my first Christmas, or because I was a baby. But I mean, I do remember growing up. We had, back when, it was just like me and my sister, my mom and dad, and we were living in California, like out in the LA area, and this was like in the 80s and 90s, and I remember, yeah, we had some pretty good Christmas parties and Christmas dinners and whatnot, and the whole Christmas morning thing, unwrapping the gifts and all that, and I mean, I don't even really remember when we, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a shame that, like, as we get older, we gotta give up. Not really give up, but like, a lot of us, like, we tend, like, I mean, me speaking personally, there was a whole period when, like, I pretty much despised the holiday season, and not really for any particular reason. It was just, I don't know. And of course, this was like way back around when I was a teenager. But then even, I mean, it was a short-lived kind of phase that I went through, and but yeah, I don't know. Just getting back to nostalgia, it's it's interesting how, you know, different things will invoke nostalgia, and also interesting how, like, a lot of times it's stuff that you never really like expected, or like you least expected, or like for me sometimes, like I'll start, I mean, especially during the holiday season, like I'll start thinking about, you know, what gifts should I buy my family? But then I also start thinking about, well, it doesn't matter. They're not really. I mean, as far as my parents are concerned, my parents really aren't materialistic, anyways. I mean, especially now. Yeah. Well, I don't even really think. I mean, maybe at one point when they were kids, they were materialistic. You know, like most kids are. But yeah, so I mean, and then, you know, I think about, you know, what to get my parents, and I realize, you know, they're not really materialistic, and really they just like spending time with family, and, you know, they're happy getting like socks or sweaters or something like that. And then I started thinking about, like, you know, like my niece and nephews, and you know, they're all into the technology thing. It's they're just glued to their smartphones pretty much, and so then that's why, you know, I think about that, and I think, yeah, it's, I don't even know if I should get anything from my niece and nephews, because, you know, they're just, if it's nothing technology based, like if it's not a smartphone, an iPad, an iPhone, whatever, then they're not going to like it. They're not going to be interested in it. So much less even, you know, like say thank you when they open it. So I swear, I don't know. That's, you know, that's how they are. Unfortunately, and, you know, I mean, they're not my kids. If they were my kids, you better believe I would not, you know, tolerate them behaving so selfishly, especially during the holiday season. But yeah, like I said, they're not my kids, so and plus they get so many other presents too from their, you know, not just my mom and dad, but they get presents from their dad's side of the family, and so on and so forth. A bunch of cousins, distant cousins, and so yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the nostalgia thing. So yeah, when I think about that, and then I find myself, like, I start thinking about all the Christmases that I had as a kid, and I try to remember, like, you know, there's actually, I don't remember every single gift I got for every single Christmas. I mean, yeah, there were some that stood out a little more than others. Like, you know, yeah, I remember, like, back when I was into the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I remember getting, you know, I got action figures. There was like a board game, Ninja Turtle board game that I really liked. There was like maybe like a couple of handheld video games. This was like way back, like even before the first Game Boy came out. Atari, I think I remember one time I got an Atari, but it was like used. I think it belonged to one of my cousins or something. But, you know, other than that, like, I really don't remember. And of course, I remember getting socks and underwear and sweaters and other clothing items. And In fact, now that look back on it, I would say now I'm actually more grateful for getting all of those socks, all the socks and underwear, sweaters, and other clothing items I got as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I appreciate that a lot more. Of course, back then when I was a kid, I didn't give a crap about socks or. I mean, yeah, I knew that I wore socks, but it wasn't a concern of mine. And but yeah, so anyways, there's only like a certain amount, like some gifts that I remember getting, but I don't remember every single gift I got. What I do remember the most is being with my family. Having Christmas dinner, or like, later in the day going to visit some other family members. We would go visit some cousins and just spend all day, spend the rest of the day with family and some friends. Not really a lot of friends, maybe like close family friends, but other than that, that's what I remember the most. Just being with family and yeah, just realizing, even back then as a kid, I mean, I was able to realize how important family is, how important family always will be. And not only that, but just how important how important it is to appreciate what you have. So yeah, and I mean, like I said, it's the holiday season always kind of gets me thinking along those lines. And like I also said, I attribute it to, nostalgia. It's got that very nostalgic feeling to it, and which I definitely like. But I guess, sometimes like I wish that I could like stay in a state of nostalgia for as long as I possibly can. I think that's also why I'm into like stuff like sci-fi, and even though now I'm in my 30s, I'm still into Star Wars. I'm still into the Ninja Turtles. I'm still into X-Men and other stuff. What else? Power Rangers. I don't collect the Power Rangers toys anymore, but I used to have them. From time to time, I read Power Rangers comic books, and yeah, I try to surround myself with the things that I like on a daily basis. Even in my room, I mean, I've got my Star Wars collection proudly displayed on the walls of my room, and I don't care. I don't see anything wrong with me being an adult and still being into the same stuff that I was into as a kid. So I'm not gonna. I don't think I should. Well, no, I mean, like, just because in the past, like, I have had some people like try to tell me, something along the lines of, you're an adult now, you should stop behaving like a kid, or this and that, stop being into kid stuff, and to which I'd usually respond with something like, to hell with you. You can't tell me what to do. That's so. Ultimately, I believe that too. Nostalgia is a good thing. I do believe nostalgia is a good thing, and whatever it is that you're into, that you happen to be into, if it brings you joy, not just during the holiday season, but year round, you know, it doesn't matter what you're into, you know, hey, I figure as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're just, you know, you're just doing your own thing, surrounding yourself with stuff that makes you happy, makes you feel like your true self, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't give it up. Yeah, that's to hell with the haters, because, you know, they're just hating. Ultimately, that, you know, I wanted to get across was I believe nostalgia is a good thing, not just during the holiday season, but year round, and yeah, we shouldn't be afraid of giving into nostalgia, of giving into things that make us happy. You know, I mean, yeah, obviously, like I said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, or causing any severe emotional trauma, or as you know, hey, we're all free. You know, we're all free to live our own lives, do what we want to do. So that's it. That's what it comes down to, and we should not be ashamed of liking whatever it is that we like. So, yeah. That being said, don't be afraid of nostalgia. Give into it. Give into the things that bring you joy and all that good stuff. So that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, next time, don't forget to keep it real, keep on rocking. Peace.